One of the best things that we have ever bought is this coffee machine. And we're basically in our 30s. We literally just live off coffee. We go out for coffee. And one of the things that we really wanted to do was create it at home, enjoy a lovely coffee, that cafe style experience, all from the comfort of our living room. So we have the De'Longhi Specialista coffee machine, and it is perfect for making one cup of coffee at a time. So if you want multiple, this is not right for you. But otherwise, it can give you a really smooth coffee. So I'm going to walk you through. We're going to make a coffee together and let's see what you guys think. Now, what I should say is I'm not a specialist in any way, shape, or form. So I will have oat milk with mine. I just can't really drink cow milk. And we also found that one of the cheapest places we can get beans at the moment is Aldi. And I believe these are coming in around £2, which is not too bad. This itself is 227 grams. And I think within the other supermarkets, about that weight comes in around £3-4, if not more. So we recommend this, particularly if you are just happy and content with any kind of flavour. These actually are really quite nice. I'm going to fill up the top. Now, the full beans won't go in, so I have a special container. There we go. Now, what I will say is if you are somebody that has people with sensory issues at home, such as loud noise, I will just make you aware that when the coffee beans grind, there's quite a loud noise that comes from it. So I'll leave my microphone on, but speed this up so you don't have to hear it for so long. The steamer can also make quite a loud noise, particularly when the milk is cold. So that is just one to consider if you've got people at home with sensory issues. So much closer up, you can obviously see my kitchen is quite small. So I've got just there for size a 4-slice toaster. It's not too different in width to that. It's actually quite long, so you've got the full unit there, and then in the back here you've actually got a water tank. You get this to make your coffee beans much more refined. I don't know the technical terms. I am not a specialist, as I said. And you've got a compartment in here which has got, if you've got single shot, if you've got any cleaning materials as well. Now the machine isn't on, so let me just power it. It is powered by a switch. Here we go. So you see all the lights are on. Now what I would say is this is the descaling light. So when that comes on, you need to descale the machine and you can get a full set. I will link those here as well. And then this light just says when there's not enough water in it. Now just to reference, you might have noticed this. So these are some special crystals that go in the water. You leave them in basically when you're making your coffee. This one came with I don't know what these are actually called, a fun little arm thing that holds the coffee. It also came with this because you'll need it for grinding, and this, which I can't think what's called. Now, it did come with a thermometer, but this thermometer is not the original. Thermometers have about a year life cycle on them. And also, there's a good place to just pop your grinds in as well. I put that straight in the compost bin, and actually that helps just turn over some of the bacteria in my compost. I'm going to give you the warning that I'm going to grind the beans. That is going to make a loud noise. What I will say is when you look at the machine, there's a grind regulation that allows you to basically grind it down to the coarseness that you want. And you can also do a dose level. So if you're somebody that just wants a bit more than one shot, or you want 2 shots, you can actually assign that there. So what I'm going to do is get my metal, whatever this is called, and whatever this fun little hat is, and I'm going to grind it. And I'm going to speed this up. You can hear it for a second just so you can understand the noise, and then I'm going to speed it up. Okay, so I've now got my coffee in here. What I want to do next is put this in. So I use this just to stamp it down, push it down. Now, don't come for me if you are coffee experts, because I am just doing what I do to make a nice coffee. All right. Now this one does make noise. So when you push it in, there's always a knack to it. And because I normally stand here and do it, I can't, there we go. Now that's gone in. You'll basically, on this one, it tells you how to unlock it and lock it. So that is now locked in. I will have my coffee. I'm just going to put myself some sweetener in it. Okay, and now this one does make a noise. It actually makes a fun little sort of sound like a train. So that one's not so bad. So that is done. That is in. I've now got some nice coffee in here. Ignore the fact that I've still got cacao powder in. I reuse my mugs. I will empty this out. So I'll use my little pot that I've got and I'll just tap it and it's gone. Now it just needs a little bit of a rinse, which I shall do after I've done our video. Next then, I need to get myself a jug. I'll just grab that and we will walk through making the milk. Okay, so I've got my jug. This one is actually really handy because, and I don't know if you're about to see, on the inside you've actually got the measurements, so in ounces and milliliters. Some of them you don't need, you can just gauge based on the mug. I'm going to do about 200 milliliters of milk in mine because that should fill up. And what I also should say is that you don't have to be an expert at making cappuccinos, lattes, flat whites, macchiatos, whatever it is that you enjoy. You do not have to be an expert. You absolutely can just try it. What I should say is as you're going over, you'll see the milk heat up on the thermometer. You may be able to see here that there's a red area. You want it to stop there, really. There's probably a better way to do it, so don't ask me for anything, but this is how easy it is and noisy, so just brace yourselves. Now, once you've got that over that initial bit, there is not as much of that screaming noise because the milk is heating up. So it's a bit more bearable. And I'm just going to stop it as it gets to the red. Now I'll rinse that. I'll wipe this down. And what I'll do is just press that again to clear it. You see some milk came out at the bottom there. There's also a cleaner there to basically get out any other debris. And when you do your descaling, that will clean the one too. So what I'll do is I'll just tap out some of the air in my milk and I will just add it in. La 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 la. Perfect. I am not an expert. Got a tiny little, I'd say that's an onion. Oops. I'd say that's an onion. So that is how you make a coffee using the De'Longhi La Specialista. They will have videos on how to use it. There are far more trained people out there who know how to create proper coffees than me. But for somebody that's just an amateur, just wants to have a try at it, you can't really go wrong. You can also make espressos with this, you can make long blacks, and you can also just use the hot water function if you want. This milk steamer is also great for hot chocolates and mochas. We've got a selection of those that have been really good, particularly the ones from Hotel Chocolat. Very nice, those. That's how you use the coffee machine, and I'm going to go clean up.